Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank you for coming to see our presentation. I'm John Gonzalez,
Howdy, I'm Bailey Sullivan.
Howdy, I'm Daniel Sickler.
and this is our Radiation Oncology Center for Kaiser. Now, starting this project, we wanted to incorporate a few key topics, a few key areas that we want our project to focus on. And first of all, we have to understand the illness in which we were going to build this facility to treat. And my colleagues will go into more description about that later on. I just want to give you the big overall view of how we went through our design process. I want you to take a moment and just think about cancer for a second. Imagine you know someone, family, friend, coworker, they've just been told they have this illness that can quite possibly take their life. It's a scary thought, it's a scary place to be. And one can only imagine how someone feels being told that they have this illness. Feeling a sense of being alone, being afraid, what's going to happen now? Do I have to start getting things in order for my family after I leave? And we wanted our project to convey to them that don't be afraid. Yes, it may be a scary illness, but with every day, cancer is becoming less and less a terminal illness and more just another chronic disease that you go and you treat for it, it gets cured, you go and you spend the rest of your life with your family. We want them to focus on that. And we do this in a couple of ways. The first way is that this is not just a building that treats cancer. This is a community hub. It's a community hub by three ways. One is a park. There's multiple green spaces around and on top of the building for the community to come to and enjoy. There's a cafe inside. Maybe you're on your way to work and you need to stop and get a coffee. Now you stop here, you grab a coffee, and go on your day. There's a pharmacy inside, so maybe you need to pick up a prescription. You come to the pharmacy, pick up your prescription. And so with all of these uses, as well as being a cancer treatment facility, whenever you're inside, the person sitting to your left, the right, the person you see walking down the hall, they might be there just to get a coffee. They might be there just because it's a nice day outside and they want to leave the park down on the roof. Or they could be there to be getting treated by cancer, for cancer. You never know. And this normalizes the experience. And I think this is our main topic here. We want to normalize the experience of someone going through this traumatic experience.
So taking a look at the analysis poster that we created, like Jonathan said, we really wanted to look at the illness itself. So cancer is the leading cause of death worldwide, represents about 13%. Represented in the analysis poster, we had 28 different types of cancer. There's over 100 different types. These 28 are primarily the ones that we found are most influenced by the linear accelerator itself. The 5 main types of the 28 are going to be lung, stomach, colorectal, liver, and breast. In men alone, it's going to be esophagus, lung, stomach, liver, and prostate. Women, it's going to be lung, breast, stomach, colorectal, and cervical. Basically, just to give you a perspective, 1 in 3 people will develop cancer in their lifetime. About 1 in 9 after beating it the first time will develop it again. And then roughly 2 in 9 have an increased risk of developing some sort of other cancer. And that represents, so about 30% of cancer cases can be prevented just by simple exercise, lack of tobacco, and just overall eating right. And then Bailey's going to go into the case studies for you guys.
And so for our project, we wanted to focus on a lot of guiding principles, but for a few main ones, we wanted to focus on accessibility, a beacon of health, and great attention to detail. And so through these 3 case studies that we have here, one good example will be the University of Arizona. We wanted to focus on having a good accessible drop-off, covered drop-off, as well as natural light throughout the whole entire building, from the main lobby all the way up to the 2nd floor, as well as a sense of morality in the lobby, as well as a good community-driven atmosphere, as well. And then this could be anti-marketing We have an L-shaped design that allows for, that is designed based on the pre-existing hospital site. So it's a good mediation between the community and the medical center. So our primary focus would be the emphasis between the southwest wing as well as the northeast wing between the two terraces.
So going into the floor plans now, using the ground level first, basically taking a look at that Ann Marshall case study, we really wanted to implement 3 primary design aspects. So we have a covered drop-off at the very front for patients to be dropped off either coming from the south or we also have additional parking to the north. So there's 16 parking spots located around our facility. As well, any additional parking would be located in the large parking garage to the southeast. Going off of that, we also wanted to create a beacon of health to refer to more of the comments from the previous project. The approach of how a patient would arrive is we have 2 main entrances. So the one located to the northwest is going to be more for the community aspect of it. That's more of like what Jonathan said, where you're coming in, maybe parking at one of the parking spots, or coming in, grabbing a coffee, going out through about your day. Doesn't even have to be anything with cancer. That's that primary entrance. The other one is the main drop-off. Either side you enter is going to be located with the main reception in front. There you'll be greeted, basically told where to go. So if you're only there to kind of relax, have a coffee, go to the chapel, maybe pick up your prescriptions at the pharmacy, then you'll be directed to the western portion of the building. If you actually are there for treatment, then you're going to be going to the east, and that's going to be located down in the front exterior with an all-glass facade. From there, we have 3 main check-in points. So you're going to check in there, have your waiting, and then once you get called back, you're immediately located. You're going to be taken to a dressing room. If you are handicap accessible, we have additional dressing rooms that are specific for that. We also have 4, it's broken up into 4 sections because we have 4 linear accelerators. After that, you dress and gown and everything like that. Then you go into the sub-waiting room where you can relax. There would be pictures, TVs, just stuff to kind of keep your mind away from what's actually about to happen in the linear accelerator. We have 4 main control rooms. In the central, we have a main maintenance room that would supply all of the air ducts and central supply, backup generators, everything like that. Then you'd actually be taken into the linear accelerator, do your treatment, which takes about 15 minutes. Then you would come out, back into your same dressing room that you have designated lockers for, come back out to a primary nursing station, and then go about your day. The second floor, some main aspects that really tie in, like Bailey said, was we did create 2 terraced roof gardens. I know one thing that's going to come up is the roof garden being accessible because it is above the linear accelerator. Our reasoning behind that was basically we wanted to create a community park that was accessible, just the community hub in general. From there we have, the second floor is primarily going to be exam rooms, so it's the same basic waiting style. You can come up 2 sides of the elevator that are located in the central building, and then after that you're directed to whatever your purpose is going up there for. So if you're more staff-oriented, administration, you're going to go to the east, and then if you're more patient there to actually just go in and do your routine checkup, you're going to go off to the east, and the administration is going to be to the west. Key thing to note is we have 7 exam rooms and then 2 pre-med, pre and post-op exam rooms as well. Those 2 are highlighted in purple with elevators that go directly down into the linear accelerator itself, or not itself, but right out front. And in the exam rooms, they would have windows facing that green space garden, and we sort of did a terrace inside garden as well that we'll go into detail over here with some of our hand drawings.
Just to show you the terrace garden that's inside, we did a hand sketch of what it would look like. If you were standing here looking this way, this is the sketch you're looking at here. and as well as on the first floor, the lobby area with the glass facade. If you're looking down the lobby area, that is what you would see.
And then some of the material that we wanted to use was tinted glass, as well as a very nice tone of granite veneer wall on the exterior. And then on the exterior main concrete wall of the linear accelerators, we wanted to cover that with a green wall so that it's not harsh to look at from the outside, as well as floor-to-ceiling green walls that I just explained. And then on the interior, we would like to have glass windows as well that are accessible from the outside, allowing a lot of natural daylight to come in. Soft wood, so it's not a harsh experience to you walking in. And then more green walls. Lots of green, lots of light.
So, and lastly, this is going to be our renders board, so it's just some model pictures and some key aspects that we're going to highlight for you guys. Just to note, we do have the terraced roof garden on this very, so far the east. We have the covered drop-off. We have the main view from the front, and then we also have your approach on how you get to the actual building itself. So that's going to be from the southeast perspective, and then to the northwest or northeast perspective, we're highlighting that roof garden as well. We have a green wall that kind of hides the linear accelerators, and then we have that pocket park sort of sense in the front. And then just to tie everything back in together, 4 main points just to leave you guys with were primary focus emphasizes the relationship between the southwest and northeast terrace roof gardens. We created an L-shaped mass that follows the form of a pre-existing site that serves as a median between community and dealing with medicine. And access to nature by connecting the use of an open-air roof garden and a recessed all-glass exterior facade. And then finally, an all-glass facade allows natural daylight to their normalizing the experience by connecting to the outside world. Thank you guys.